People were taking their pants off. There were bras on heads. Like, it was so crazy. All right, good morning, friends. So it is about 11:30 in the morning, and I am in Costa Rica today. I'm gonna go out up deck side and see what the port looks like, the surrounding area, and then probably get off and explore a little bit because I've missed a couple of ports already this week. So, may as well take advantage. When in Rome, do as the Romans do, or whatever. But yeah, I'm ready to go, feeling much better today, and all of that. So let's see what else. I guess we'll see what we see and do what we do, and we'll talk soon.
So I made my way up to the pool deck because I wanted to see kind of like what the surrounding area looked like, and I looked over the side of the ship and there really wasn't a whole lot to see, especially on the side that we were on. I also ran into my friend Victoria from my table, and she had just got back on board and told me there wasn't a whole lot down there to do or see either. There was quite a bit of construction equipment, and the only thing they had set up down there were a couple of like pop-up tent kind of shopping spots, which if you're familiar with me and my interests, you know that shopping isn't really one of them.
All right, y'all, so I'm a little bummed because I was looking over the side of the ship and stuff, and it's a nice area, but the immediate cruise port is non-existent. They have a couple of like temporary tents set up down there, I'm assuming shopping and whatever, but I mean, that's kind of a bummer. And I ran into a friend of mine who sits at my table, Victoria, and she said that she went out there and was done in like an hour, and if you don't have an excursion, there's really nothing for you to do here. So darn. I'm taking note of all of this so that in the future I'll book excursions at ports where I need them. I was expecting Costa Rica to be this big kind of like beachy paradise place. I don't know where I got that from, but all right. So I'm gonna stay on board, I guess, for now and see what's up. I'm laying in a lounger by the pool at the moment, and I'm just gonna continue to do that for a little bit, and yeah. We'll talk soon.
So I hung out at the main pool for a little bit. There was almost no one on board, which is always nice when you're trying to get some pool time in and not having to fight for, deck chairs and that kind of thing. But after a while, I ended up going back to the garden bar because I really liked that area. And at this point, the bartenders had started to get to know me and what I liked and all that stuff.
So it does look like on this side, they have other docks and stuff maybe that are under construction or what have you. So I don't know if the future is to be like a little bit more, I don't know, legitimate. But from what I can tell from where we're at, not a lot going on around here. We'll talk soon.
I had a drink or two on the pool deck, but after a while I wanted to go get a drink from one of the inside bars because one kind of weird little quirk about me is I don't actually really like the plastic cups that they use at the outdoor bars. So I went down to the sports bar because then I could get Dos Equis, and I chatted with the bartender in there for a little bit before heading off onto my next adventure.
All right, so I grabbed a couple of drinks at the sports bar. Most of the bars are closed right now, which is interesting. And there's almost no entertainment happening around the ship at the time being. But I'm gonna go do a couple of laps around the walking trail and, get in a little bit of exercise. So that's the plan. We'll talk soon. All right, so I'm back in the room. It's almost 1, so I killed a couple hours. And I'm just gonna chill for a little bit, and I wanna put my backpack back together because I was using that for my excursions, and I don't have any more excursions, and that's my like carry-on for when I travel. So I wanna make sure all my stuff gets put back in there. I'm gonna clean up my area a little bit. I actually put almost all my clothes away, but I'm collecting laundry and that kind of stuff that I wanna start to sort through and organize. And just spend the time while I have it. There's a couple of trivias this afternoon, and I think pool games or something here in a little bit, so maybe I'll do some of that stuff. But if not, obviously dinner is probably next. So yeah, we'll talk soon.
I I know it must seem silly to not get off at a port, especially one I've never been to, but next time I'm in Costa Rica, I will definitely book an excursion. So I did end up going back deck side and hung out by the pool deck for a little bit before making my way over to the garden bar, and some of the people that I'd met on board were there, so I hung out with them for a little bit until it was time to go change for dinner.
All right, so it is dinner time, y'all. I haven't been to dinner the last few nights, so this will be a nice change, and I'll obviously have to update my table mates and everything, but that's okay. I'm hungry, so I'm definitely looking forward to dinner, and I'm not sure what we're gonna do after. I'll have to look at the schedule. I haven't dove in too deep on it just yet for the evening, so I'll do that and take a picture before I leave, and yeah, but I guess I'll take you with me. We'll see what we see and do what we do, and we'll talk soon. Alright, y'all, it is showtime. They have spooky magic with a magical duo called the Conjurers. I saw them earlier this week in a variety show, and I thought they were great. I missed their first show, so I think this is the kind of magic that they're known for, so I think this is kind of their main event, so we'll see how that goes. And then we've got the Quest game show scavenger hunt thing, which I don't think I've ever done before. So those two things coming up, maybe more, I don't know. But yeah, we'll talk soon.
I actually had a little bit of time to kill before the magic show, so I waited in the lobby atrium because they had musical entertainment in there with my favorite guitar player slash singer. I don't know if I'll ever see him again. I'm sure his contract is over by now because I actually saw him on Divina 3 times, but he's one of the best singers I've ever had on a cruise ship and maybe even ever. And then I made my way over to the theater. I'd actually gotten a small taste of this magical duo during the Liars Club event, so I was really looking forward to a full show with them. Unfortunately, everything they did was kind of long and drawn out, so it was hard to get footage of, but I did snap a few clips of them doing their thing, and you can also follow them on Instagram. I screenshotted this from their Instagram so that you can go check them out. They're very, very good. Some of the best magicians that I've ever seen. I wouldn't be surprised at all if they're like mega famous in the next few years.
And I need you to show me now, hell yeah, a photo of a president. And I want to see not one, but 2 shoelaces out of the shoes.
Out of the shoes?
2 shoelaces out.
After the magic show was the Quest game. If you're not familiar with that, it's an adult-only kind of scavenger hunt that gets pretty crazy. This wasn't the most risque version I'd ever seen, but just be aware that it's not for the faint of heart, not for the easily offended, but it's definitely a lot of fun. The Quest game ended with a musical serenade by one of the house entertainment groups, and then after that my friends and I made our way up to the nightclub, where we proceeded to have several drinks and silly discussions and of course dance the night away, and I made sure to drink plenty of water as well before I made my way back to my room for the night.
Alright, y'all, so that is another night in the books. It is almost 2 in the morning, so nightclub was turned. I didn't drink a whole lot tonight. As a matter of fact, the way I paced myself today should be the way I do it every day. I feel like I would be so much more productive if I did it that way. But anyway, yeah, today was great. I felt like I did so many things and saw so many things. You know what? Sorry for the hard cut, but I forgot to mention like the actual shows. I don't think I reviewed anything my experience with them. The magic show was great. Lots of fun. I knew it would be. That kind of spooky theme is right up their alley. They did some things that were pretty impressive. I'm definitely going to be looking for them on Instagram and stuff to see where they end up and how things go for them. They're called the Conjurers, so go find them. Can recommend. And then that Quest scavenger hunt thing was so much fun. Like, I don't know why I've been avoiding that show. Not avoiding it, but I don't know why I've never been to that show on any other cruise before. If they have Quest on your sailing, on any ship you're on, go to it. Yeah, I cannot praise that one enough. it got raunchy. People were taking their pants off. There were bras on heads. Like, it was so crazy. I got a couple of clips of the earlier stuff before it got crazy, and then we reached a point where they were like, no one should be recording at this point. Because, yeah, it was very adult, very 18 plus, and very fun. So yeah, back to my other clip. So I want to thank you all for traveling with me. Be sure to like, comment, share, subscribe, all those fun things. We'll talk soon, and y'all have a good night.